It is certainly an honor to welcome you today to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr.'s Nonviolence Youth Summit presented by the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission and the Department of Human Services right here at the Phillips Community College of University of Arkansas Fine Arts Center.
Hi, I'm Deshaun Scarborough, Executive Director of your Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, and I'm here with Kel Mitchell, the star of Good Burger and Kenan and Kel. Say hello, Kel Mitchell.
Hey, how you doing? Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. I like that intro, man. I like your hand gestures. And now, coming up, check this out. What's happening? I dig that.
Well, we are here at Phillips County Community College, where we are going to speak in front of a great crowd. Somewhere about 600 kids are in there waiting for Kel, and they're cheering. Kel, you see the hand gestures?
I see that.
Kel,
Look at
Kel. So he is ready. Kel is coming in, and he's going to do a spectacular show. Tell us a little bit about what you want to do today.
Definitely, the kids are dealing with a lot of bullying and being pressured into doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So I'm just going to speak on that, ways to avoid that, ways to speak positive about yourself and to live a positive lifestyle. And just my love for Christ as well. And I'm just excited to speak to the kids and just have them have a positive outlook on life. That's what it's all about.
Well, hey, I feel good already. Stay tuned and join us as we come up to talk about the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission's Anti-Bullying Conference right here at the Phillips County Community College.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. I have a dream today.
Now it's time for This Week in Bad Stats.
Bad stats?
Horrible stats. Here goes. 260.
That's how many runs were walked in with the bases loaded last season.
Wow, very good. Here's a tough one, though. 3 and 4.
No idea.
That's the number of kids who witness bullying. 3 out of 4.
Not a good stat.
No, it's not, but that can change. Kids want to help, but they don't know how. You can visit stopbullying.gov and give them the tools they need to help prevent bullying.
There are plenty of safe ways kids can help at stopbullying.gov.
The Nonviolence Youth Summit is hosted here today in Helena, West Helena, Arkansas, and we would like to say thank you for your hospitality that you've shown us here on the mighty Mississippi River. Give yourselves a hand. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, with the assistance of the Arkansas Department of Human Services, has implemented a program that is designed to encourage youth to engage in positive leadership development and roles within their communities. The Board of Commissioners for the Arkansas Martin Luther King Commission is comprised of various community leaders from different walks of life. We're pleased to have Miss Elizabeth Johnson to come up and give us some remarks.
It is very important in today's world that we learn to live together. Dr. Martin Luther King actually knew that. There are many advantages to partnership in the community, especially in the area of community awareness. So today, garner what you can. Take it back with you and say within yourself that you could become a leader. Dr. Martin Luther King was a leader. One who could forgive. He forgave his enemies. And I'm going to ask you to think about that. Live by that. Be honest to yourself. Be true to yourself. Let nobody lead you astray. Nothing is so important that you can't forgive.
At this time, we'll have remarks from the Honorable Mayor Arnell Willis.
I am Mayor Arnell Willis of this great city of Helena, West Helena. And on behalf of the citizens of this great city, I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to each of you for turning aside from your busy schedules to participate in this nonviolence youth summit today. I also would like to commend Mr. Deshaun Scarborough, the Executive Director of the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, and his staff for the selection of our city to host this youth summit today. Arm yourself with a good education, and when it's your time to drive the ship to help move our community forward, you'll be able to take care of business. God bless you and thank you.
Please give a round of applause as we prepare ourselves for a dramatic presentation by Artists United. They'll be presenting Voices from the Porch. Wake up, everybody.
That's right.
You got to learn to get along and stop all this fussing and fighting and carrying on. It don't make no difference.
No, it don't.
Don't y'all like to have fun?
Yeah. You know this.
Well, then learn to get along and understand one another's differences.
Right.
We all
Right,
different.
right.
You look different, I look different. We all look different.
Yeah, I look good.
But we got to learn how
I
to get
do
along
too.
and understand and sit down and stop judging people and bullying
That's right.
folks. No more backwards thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Oh.
Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. Cause they're the ones who's coming out and the word is in their hands. If we teach our children, teach them the very best we can.
The world won't get no better
if we just let it be. The world won't get no better. Gotta take it, yeah, you and me.
On August 28, 2013, the bells rang as we observed the 50th anniversary of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Washington speech, a day in history where the world was watching and listening as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. We now take you back to that hot summer day in 1963, 50 years ago, as Kaylin Smith performs "I Have a Dream."
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American signed the Emancipation Proclamation, but 100 years later, the Negro are still not free. 100 years later, the Negro are still sadly crippled by segregation and the chains of discrimination. Now is the time to make real the promise of democracy. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children.
Hey everyone, you're watching the Arkansas Martin Luther King Nonviolence Youth Summit. That's right. Don't go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. It's about to get a lot really exciting. Really exciting. It really is. Don't go anywhere. And don't do anything violent, okay?
Hello, I'm Debbie Hollingsworth, mayor of our great city of Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
And hi, I'm Deshaun Scarborough, Executive Director of your Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Come out and join us as we celebrate King Holiday on January 20th, 2014 at 11 a.m. right here at the Pine Bluff Convention Center. Our guest speaker will be Mr. Isaac Ferris, Dr. King's nephew. For more information, please contact us at 501-683-1300. We'll see you there.
I'm with the Attorney General's office, and in the Attorney General Dustin McDaniel's office, I'm a prevention education instructor. And we go around the state doing presentations, and particularly today we're talking about internet safety, because in a lot of ways violence actually comes in many forms, and we're focusing on cyberbullying, digital abuse, and how even verbally abusing someone or sending someone messages over text or Facebook or Instagram, can still hurt another individual.
Because if you have something that's going on, if someone is constantly sending you texts or constantly posting photos that you don't want out there, if you turn off your phone, does that mean that it has stopped happening? No. It can still be going on over and over and over again. You can't get away from it. Even if you turn off your phone, it can still be happening. So it's that 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week issue. It's digital abuse. Now, while this is the national term for it, sometimes what we tend to call it is what? An awful lot of drama. Raise your hand if you ever come across drama over text, on social media sites, anything like that. If you aren't comfortable with everyone in the world seeing that photo, you shouldn't post it. Like we said earlier, you don't have to post every single thing that happens every single day. I understand that we all have our goofy moments. Raise your hand if you've ever done something goofy. Raise your hand if you've ever done something embarrassing. All right. Does it have to go on the internet just because it happened? No. And if it crosses the line where someone is threatening or harassing or intimidating another person, at that point they could be breaking Arkansas law. We have a law that was passed in 2011 that says if someone is continually threatening, harassing, intimidating, or causing alarm to another person via any type of electronic device, it could possibly be considered a Class B misdemeanor. This young man in Bentonville learned that all too well. He was on Twitter spreading rumors about the high school students over and over and over again. Principal asked him to stop. He didn't, and eventually he was charged. Now, he did plead guilty, had to attend counseling, do some community service, but the one other thing that the judge ordered, way down here at the bottom, is that with the exception of school-related purposes, he cannot have access to the internet. Just think about that for a minute. 12 years old. He can't be on Facebook, can't be on Twitter, can't be on Instagram, can't watch videos on YouTube, can't be on Xbox Live, can't listen to streaming music, because where do you get streaming music from? Internet. And he also cannot have a Galaxy or an iPhone, because that requires a data plan, which still means you're on the internet. Just by a show of hands in here, how many of you would that affect your normal week if you could not do any of those things that I mentioned, or have an iPhone, or have a Galaxy phone, or listen to streaming music?
It's needed because, especially with technology as it constantly changes, teenagers are constantly plugged in on Instagram, on Facebook. They always have their cell phone in their hands. And it's important for them to be aware of the good choices that they need to make when they're using this technology. They're really the key group to target and go into this information, and it's a great day for them to have today as they're learning about all different things related to, protecting themselves, keeping themselves safe, violence. And like I said, violence does come in many forms, and cyberbullying is a form of that.
Well, first of all, I think Dr. Martin Luther King was a great American. He was a great citizen, and in that similar pursuit, we should all go out each day trying to empower, trying to engage and improve the communities that we live in. Today, I am here in my official capacity, serving as a representative of the congressman, hearing the issues, hearing the concerns, and it's great to see so many breakout sessions, so many speeches that are geared toward improving the lives of the youth in our community.
All right, so Colby, it's your job to convince Jay Sean and there's 306 jelly beans in this jar. You wasn't really feeling Devin, but you got it, right? You ain't had time to think about it, right? All right, let's go.
There's 306 jelly beans in there. Look at how many jelly beans there are in there. See? He even showed my purpose. Now, tell me that's not 306 jelly beans up in there, because it is. And if you get it right, you're going to get $20. It's going to be $306. I mean, 306 jelly beans. So it can possibly be 306 jelly beans, because it is.
Because it is. Y'all get over there. Homer said it is. And he even went to the bribery tactic and told him he'd get $20. Do you really have $20?
I thought you were going to get it.
We ain't talking about that, man. We ain't talking about that. So basically what I was encouraging those 4 people to do is to pressure Jay Sean into believing that their number was right. It happens all the time. People try to pressure you into doing things, pressure you into believing in what they believe in. It's about peer pressure. So Jay Sean, how did you feel about the people that were trying to convince you? You knew they were wrong? Did the whole bribing thing, did that play into your hands at all? It didn't? No. Okay, that's good. And when it comes down to people trying to influence you to do things, you have to think about what's going to benefit you. What are your core values? What things have you learned in your life? What things have your parents taught you when it relates to what they're trying to convince you to do? Skip school, drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes. Do you know what types of things what types of consequences those things are going to bring on if you do it? Negative. So it's okay to say no. It's okay to be different.
My name is Alice Goldsberry. I am a 5th grade mathematics teacher and grade level chair at KIPP Delta College Preparatory School, which is right here in Helena. Today we brought 58 students from our middle school campus, and the way they earned it was through their testing, which we measure their academic growth from year to year. And so we chose the students who had made the most growth from the fall of 2012 until the fall of 2013. It's important for us to be here because I feel like a lot of times we're trying to teach our kids about emotional development, and a lot of times they are quick to react instead of to think and find other solutions to their problems that they're having with each other. So the fact that they're here will hopefully arm them with those other ways to settle a lot of the disputes that they're having at their age, especially my 5th graders. And so it's really cool for them to get a chance to interact with other students and figure out ways to work together to build a better community for ourselves and for our future generations.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Commission is pleased to present the Dream Team, Lazarius Pettis and Maureen Dawkins. Let's give a warm round of applause as they come.
This for all y'all striving for excellence. Be good. Be the best in everything. Whatever you do, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop till you graduate. 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 Don't stop till I graduate. Don't
Arkansas, the talented, the hilarious, Mr. Kel Mitchell.
What's up, Arkansas? How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling good? Okay, look, I'm gonna just get this out of the way before we get started. Here we go. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger Shop. Let's get it all out. Who loves orange soda? Is it true? I do. Arkansas, what's up? Look, check it out. I want to talk to y'all for a minute. I know some of y'all have been dealing with bullying, gang violence, and things like that. How many of y'all been dealing with bullying? Raise your hand. Gang violence, all that kind of stuff. Y'all know what a bullier is? Man, a bullier is someone that is trying to stop you from getting to your dreams and stop you from getting to all the things that you think about that you can be when you grow up, right? That's what they're trying to do. That's what a bullier does, right? All right, check it out. Like, if you go to a kindergarten and you ask one of those little kids what they want to be when they grow up, they'll tell you all kind of stuff. They'll say, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a president. But when you go to high school and you ask a kid that, they might say, well, I don't know if I'm going to live in the next 5 years. Or I don't know what I want to be when I grow up because what I'm dealing with, the circumstances that I'm dealing with in my neighborhood or in my hood. Right? Now, I know kids have a lot of dreams. I mean, one little girl I asked, she said she wanted to be the president at one point. Then I asked her again, she said she wanted to be a mermaid. So, it does change. But the thing about that young lady is that she didn't put any limits on her dream. Don't put any limits on your dream. You can do all things. You can do all things through Christ. I'm a Christian. And I know you can do all things. So, never put any limits on your dreams. You can make it. You can definitely make it. Now, you might be telling me, well, Kel, what are you talking about, man? You on television and things like that. So, I wasn't always on television. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, right? Now, on the south side of Chicago, there was a lot of violence and a lot of things that I grew up with. I got friends that ended up in jail. I got friends that are shot. I got friends that are dead, right? But I'm here to tell y'all, you can get out of that. You don't have to become what people tell you that you are going to become, or the negativity that they say about you. Don't believe it. Say, don't believe negativity. Don't believe negativity. Only believe positivity. Only believe positivity. Okay, like, now check it out. When I was a little kid, man, I used to follow my friends into a lot of stuff. We used to do a lot of crazy stuff. They'd be like, hey, man, we're going to stay up all night, and we just going to drink Kool-Aid, right? We're going to stay up all night, we're going to watch a whole bunch of television. So I'm like, cool, Kool-Aid, television, woo, right? Stay up all night, right? Then, requests used to change a little bit. It started to change until like, all right, Kel, let's go rob a liquor store, right? Now that was around my hood. I had a liquor store that was the end of my neighborhood. My friends came up to me and said, look, we're gonna rob this liquor store, right? And so they said, all we gonna do, we're not gonna get the money, but we just gonna take the alcohol, because we wanna drink. Now at that time, I was about, I wanna say like 9 or 10 years old. You know what I mean? Now, I know I'm not supposed to be drinking, right? We're way underage, we're not supposed to do that. But what can happen is that people start bullying you into doing certain things. But what you gotta do is have no fear. Everybody say no fear. No fear. No fear. No fear. Now the no fear I'm talking about is that having no fear to tell your friends what they're doing is the wrong thing. All right? And some people get scared. They be like, well, I don't want to tell them it's the wrong thing to do because they're not gonna be my friend anymore. But hey, if I show me your friends, I'll show you your future. You gotta have good friends around you, all right? So never be afraid to tell somebody that when they're telling you to do something bad and you know it's the wrong thing to do, you don't have to rush into it, all right? You gotta stay positive. You gotta have no fear, y'all. Say it one more time, no fear. No fear! That's what I'm talking about. Now, I told my friends we're not supposed to do that because we're not supposed to be drinking, right? We underage, we don't need to, right? My friend said, all right, Kel, forget you, man. We gonna go do it. You a punk, whatever, man. We gonna go do it, right? So they went and did it, went to the liquor store. They got away with it, right? They got the liquor, went behind one of the train tracks in my neighborhood, and they started drinking, right? Everything good. Now, here comes another test. They asked me, yo, Kel, you want to drink? You got away with it. It's all good. Now, no parents, ain't nobody around. I can go ahead and get a drink, right? Go ahead and do it, right? Nah, not supposed to do that. We're underage, you're not supposed to be drinking, right? So, you see what happens when you stand up? Your friends will stand up too. Don't ever feel like you have to listen to negativity in your life. When I stood up and I said we don't need to do that, another one of my friends that was feeling the same thing, but he just didn't want to say it, he got up and said, I don't want to drink either, and we both walked off, right? But those friends that stayed, they went from drinking to drinking harder drugs and going into smoking weed, and then they went on to cocaine. I even got some of those friends are in jail right now. Right now they are in jail. But it started from that one choice. A lot of times it's just about the choices that you make. Always make sure you make positive choices in your life. Y'all say positive choices. Make positive choices. I mean, it went on from there too. Like, you know, I know y'all got Xbox right now, right? Y'all got the Xboxes and stuff like that. Well, back in my day, we had like Nintendo and Sega Genesis. I know some of the teachers know what I'm talking about, right? So now, check it out. I had Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and I wanted video games like crazy. Christmas was coming along. We lived behind like a train track on the south side of Chi, and the trains used to stop there and have some of their product there. A couple of my homeboys was like, hey, look, we can go to the train, steal some of the merchandise and sell it, right? So, okay, there it is. So, basically, we can make some money on Christmas, right? It sounds pretty cool, make a little money right before Christmas holiday, right? Nah, it was the wrong thing to do. So I told my homeboys, nah, we can't do it because I had to have what, y'all? No fear, right? Y'all say it one more time, no fear. No fear! I had no fear, I had to say what was right. So I basically told them, I said, look, you know what, we're not gonna do that, right? So me and my homeboy, we walked away, didn't go ahead and steal the stuff off the train, and what happened was that we're walking back to the hood, we look back, and we see cop cars going, psh, psh, psh. And there's no way to warn them, with no cell phones back then. You know what I mean? And literally, my friends got locked up. They missed Christmas, they missed all the holidays, they went to juvie, and they missed all of that. And stayed in and out of jail because they decided to steal. I'm telling y'all, you have to look at your life, know that I want better for my future. You can definitely have better for your future. Always speak positive about yourself. Say what? And always have no fear. Say it one more time. No fear! No fear. Another thing. Now, I know y'all seen me on Good Burger and Keenan and Kel and Like Mike 2 and things like that, but back when I was young, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be an actor, right? And I wanted to get into showbiz and things like that. So my parents, what they decided to do was, because they didn't want me to hang around the wrong crowd, they put me in theater. And I used to go to this theater all the time, right, and go act. And I thought it was exciting, you know, to go act and not have to act up in the streets, right? So I'm acting. My friends, they started hating on me. Y'all know about haters? Y'all raise your hands. Haters, okay. Now check it out. Do you listen to haters? No. Do you believe what haters say about you? Nah, you're not supposed to do that. Let your haters be your motivator. Say, let the haters be my motivator. Motivate you to do what you need to do right so they can hate on you later. But you know what's dope about it? Is that you gotta show love to your haters too. Show love to them. You know what I mean? It's all good. Show some love to them. And in return, they'll start loving you back. But check it out now, look. What happened was that I told them about this theater that I was going to and that it was a lot of fun. And I was acting and it was fun. And you guys should come along too and act too, right? They told me, man, ain't nobody trying to act. That's stupid. I don't even know why you going to that theater anyway, man. That's whack. Don't nobody want to go there. So I was like, all right, man, well, y'all should come. And I would have asked them every day because I wanted them to check it out. Finally, they went on ahead and came, right? Now check this out. I'm doing a play, and I'm being very serious in the play. It was called The Seamoo in the Coconut Palm. And it was like Wizard of Oz mixed with Dream Girls. It was crazy. And I played this singing snake that was narrated the whole thing. So I'm dancing and everything and singing, and it's all dramatic and everything. And I remember the lights was right on me, and it was real dramatic. And I was like, over on the coconut palm, this is happening. And then all of a sudden, I see my friends, and they just knocking over stuff, right? They just knocking over stuff. They get there, and they laughing at me. I mean, I'm being dramatic, like serious in the play. They, ha ha ha, Kel looks stupid, right? Cracking up all this stuff, right? Now, afterwards, I go to the dressing room, I'm upset, I'm hurt. I'm like, I don't even want to act no more. My friends think it's stupid, right? They think it's dumb. But never change your dream because somebody thinks it's stupid. Never do that. Continue to always go towards your dream. Remember what I said, you can do all things through Christ? I mean, you can be whatever you want to be. Never stop believing in yourself, because I came from Chicago, and people on the south side of Chi, and I even had a teacher tell me, you're not going to amount to anything. You're going to be just like all these other gangbangers and these drug dealers that go in, right? And if I believed that, then I would have turned out the same way. But you got to believe better for yourself. Say, I'm better. I'm better. I believe greatness for myself. I believe greatness for myself. See, now, if I would have listened at that point, then it wouldn't be any Keenan Kel, wouldn't be any Good Burger. I wouldn't be in Arkansas talking to you guys right now about my journey. So you always gotta remember to always think positive and have no fear, y'all. Say it, no fear. No fear! How many of y'all been on a limo or on prom or something like that, right? Now when you went on that limo, your mom and everybody got dressed up, didn't they? They got ooh, we got the limo out front, it's out front of the house. Look at the limo! Y'all got dressed up, sat in the limo, right? But if you look at your school bus as your limo, then when you go to school, you're excited about school. You're dressing up, you're excited about the day, and so you start talking nice to everybody and being positive to everybody. And what will happen in your life is that people will start being positive to you too. Now, the opposite is that if you wake up every morning and you upset, and you can't stand the day, and you keep talking about all the people that do you wrong, and the people that bully you, and the guy that get on your nerve, you're gonna be walking to the bus like, when I get on this bus, man, I can't stand nobody on this bus. You get on the bus, you're all mad, upset, you're making a scrunchy face, and you know if you scrunch your face like that, when you get old, you're gonna look like that. You're gonna look just like that. You're gonna look like that. You see them old men, and be like, I don't care, go ahead and get my prune juice. That's what they look like, because they've been mad when they was a little kid. All right? Always talk positive about yourself. The things I just had y'all stand up and say, I want y'all to say that every morning in the mirror. Believe it. Don't believe the things that bullies are saying about you. If you know how God feels about you and he thinks that you are part of the royal family and he loves you so much, he loves all of y'all so much. You don't have to believe what somebody tells about you that you can't amount to nothing and you're not going to be anything. Always know that you can do all things and you can make it. You can definitely make it. Say, I can make it. I can make it. Say, I can make it. I can make it.
Thank you once again, Helena, West Helena, for hosting us right here on the mighty Mississippi River. And it's just been a great day and a great weekend. We ask that you take all of the information that you've learned today and take it into your communities and sow it and grow it. So let's leave everybody and say, have a great day and have a great weekend. From the Arkansas Martin Luther King Commission, God bless you.
We would like to see our children resolve their differences and without violence, to be able to talk to each other, talk it out, work out their problems without the use of violence. And Dr. King is an excellent role model, and if we would go back and listen to what he had to say and live our lives like he wanted, this world would be such a much nicer place.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I know you thought Deshaun was gonna be here, but it's me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I just want to encourage you guys again. Remember, you can do all things through Christ. You can do it, and remember, always go for your vision and your dream. Just like Dr. Martin Luther King said, he had a dream, all right, and he wanted to see that dream happen, and he believed in that dream. And you have to believe in yourself. Remember, always believe in yourself. Say positive words about yourself every day. Don't go into negativity. Don't listen to negative words about other people, and don't let anybody entice you into doing wrong. Know that you can make it. If you heard some of the speech that I said earlier, I didn't listen to all the negativity that was going on in my life. I didn't listen to all the circumstances and the things that I saw and the bad things that people said about me. I just knew what God said about me and the dreams that I have, and I knew that I can make it, and you can do it too. You can definitely make it. And to all of you out there that are dealing with literacy, or you're dealing with pregnancy, or you've already had a baby, remember that your setback just gets you ready for your comeback. So if you made a mistake, it's okay. The cool thing about God is that he renews everything, and you can always be renewed, all right? So remember that, you can make it. If you made a mistake before, it's all good. You get a retake. It's all wonderful. You can always become what you know you can become. Never give up on your dreams. I love y'all, Arkansas. Peace.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. I